for months. Why can't you agree?
Wanna see you without, but don't wanna see you yourself.
Agree with me for once, yeah. Maybe we can be on chill tonight.
One time.
Maybe I can give you a chance.
I'm getting mine like fine wine measured in time. Many other brothers love you, but this pleasure is mine. It's no pressure for us to say that I love you from now. So fuck that cover shit.
What's up, YouTube family? It's your favorite couple, and we are back again with a brand new video.
Brand new.
So today we're going to be a little bit more serious, and we are going just to give you all a little bit of advice that we go through as far as our relationship. No, we're not married or anything of that matter, but we have been together for 5 years, and so we just want to share with you all some of the tips and great advice that we've been given that may help you in y'all's relationship.
Just things that have helped us build the foundation to where you see such
Chemistry,
funny moments, and just authenticity between the two of us.
Absolutely. So, but before we get into it, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and subscribe, click that like button, hit subscribe, feedback, comments, all the above, okay? Alright, so we are going to go ahead and get started about a few tips and advice that we live by within our relationship. So this comes from a multitude of different people, videos that we watch, things that we have seen that work well for us.
Advice.
Yeah, so but again, we do want to say this is just for us. We're not saying this is going to work for everybody because everybody is very different. But we just wanted to share that insight and see if there's something that you can take away from it. Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess I'll get started. First one we have is foundation.
Yes.
Again, as she was just to reiterate what she was saying, just for us, our foundation that we realized we had early on was our relationship was rooted in Christ. Just our faith in God. Yes. Was the foundation. It was the stronghold for us, what we both knew we really had in common, and that just kind of led us to truly have a love of one another, from expressing our faith and just being able to know that we both had, you know, a common mindset along those lines.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely agree with that. Communication is also something that we heavily rely on. Again, just to kind of reiterate, we have been in a long distance relationship for about 3 years. You know, we were about 5 hours apart, so we couldn't see each other every single day. You know, so, you know, some very crucial things such as like body language, you know, things that are very intangible where you can't necessarily touch it. You know, going on dates, spending time with one another. So
difficult conversations.
Very difficult, because you can easily misread a text message that there could be a whole different meaning that it was supposed to take place, but you know, whenever you don't have that facial or one-on-one engagement and conversation with one another in person, you know, that's very easy to happen. So we really rely on communications, and we just try to be open, you know, be honest, and just to, if anything, if there's something that he does that I don't like and vice versa, we try to put it on the table. Like, we do not like to sweep things under the rug because eventually it will come back out.
Yeah,
so exactly, because we did find that a lot of our time, like a lot of conversations and like disputes and arguments that we have, it's been the same argument about the same thing that just has not been resolved yet. So communicate. I cannot preach that enough.
Communicate till you get tired, and then communicate some more.
Exactly.
All right. So next we have is trust.
Yeah.
So trust between yourself and your partner. An interesting dynamic I have with it is trust within yourself. So a lot of your gut instincts, trusting, understanding that, you know, who they are, knowing them better, and then knowing yourself, and not always going into the negatives that you may have.
Yeah.
Negative mindset or thinking
Law of
along those lines. The law of attraction: you think negative, you will receive negative. So try to think positive. Mm-hmm. You receive more positive things in your life. So try to trust those kind of things, but then trust as well as we were just previously saying with communication, be open and communicating along those lines, so that there's no need to not trust your partner.
Right, and to add on that too, so my takeaway when I think about trust, I've been such an independent individual for a while, so it was very hard to kind of let go and allow him to be the man that he is supposed to be, the man that God has intended him to be. So like I had to let go of that fear of allowing somebody else to lead me into like our future, or to lead us into a relationship.
Also to go with her off what she was just saying, trust in situations where like strengths and weaknesses of your partner.
Yes.
So not just taking it upon myself that, okay, well, I'm supposed to lead, do everything, everything's be my way or the highway.
Right. That goes back to communication.
Communication.
Yeah.
And then just understanding, being blunt, like, okay, you have areas that I'm weak in.
Yeah.
I have a few areas that I'm strong in that you might not be strong in. You might be weak in. So with that being the case, if a situation arises where this is one of your strengths, I'm not going to just take over the situation and say, oh, I'm supposed to do it. Like, no, this is your area of expertise. Go ahead and let you do your thing. I trust you that you have our best interests at heart. And always leave it up to you. So
yeah, man, it's better together. Teamwork.
Always.
You get more done.
You want to go fast? If you want to go fast,
go
alone.
more done.
If you want to go far, go together.
Yes,
So,
exactly. All right, so being understanding of one another, and that can be career, it could be finances, it can be a little bit of everything. So sometimes there are things that you may have to sacrifice. Love does come with sacrifices. And there's been several different situations that we had to sacrifice some things, such as me moving to Atlanta, kind of leaving my family behind and only having his family here. So that's a sacrifice that I've made. He's made sacrifices of coming up to North Carolina when he's not supposed to, and getting in trouble and having to face the consequences behind that. But there's just things that you just have to be understanding, because I would have to say being understanding also comes with patience.
Very much so.
Because
you don't get understanding without patience.
Yes, because I think those just they're hand in hand. There's things that you just have to, you may want it now, but there may be situations certain specific situations that you are put in for a reason. So it will help you to grow as an individual because you are not ready for that next step, if that makes sense. So be it understanding.
Well spoken. Creativity, be creative in your relationship. As she was just mentioning about us being in a long distance relationship, one of the things that helped us get through those day-to-day times and the difficulties, one of the larger underlying like elephants in the room that we always had and we struggled with was just the fact that a lot of times we not in good moods, or we mad, or we angry because we miss each other, we don't see each other at all.
And then we over here working all the time, putting all these long hours in,
busy, all this kind of stuff.
Not being able to talk to one another like that.
Yeah.
And the next we like to look at and having our relationship too is just being appreciative of one another, and then that can just easily be giving credit, always telling the other individual, oh, you're doing this great, I appreciate this, I appreciate that, whatever it is, case may be, but appreciation of one another, because I think we live in a day of social media where a lot of those things are gone unknown, and so you don't necessarily really express that to one another, and you just assume that individual know already. But sometimes just a simple "I love you" text message, or "Hey, thank you for folding clothes for me," thank you for just appreciation, and always don't be afraid to tell that individual, or don't let a day go by letting your partner know that you appreciate them.
All right, so our final point, our note to leave on as far as relationships, it's kind of twofold. It's forgiveness and loving unconditionally.
Yes, true. Forgiveness, you're going to have to forgive, because if not, you're going to hold on to that anger, that hurt, that disappointment for a while, and it's only going to tear you up inside. Loving unconditionally through the pain, through the aches, when you don't want to, when you're tired, just loving unconditionally. And I think he does a fantastic job. Like, he is the definition of being whatever I need at that time. So just loving unconditionally. I can't like preach that enough. Or just forgiving. And you know, that's with everyone. So that even if it's just not with your partner or your boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, whatever.
Friends,
it's with friends, your family. You know, that boss that did something to you, that didn't give you that promotion or that raise, or gave you extra duties, and not a pay increase. You know, just forgive them. Forgive them and move on. You know, I know it's easy to hold on to that pettiness, but however, life is way too short. And you know, at the end of the day, you're putting more like wear and tear on your body, stressing and worrying about that other individual that's not even thinking about you. You know, five minutes later, that situation isn't even going to matter. So yeah, that love unconditionally. You can use that all throughout your lifetime.
Definitely. I think, and one point I would say too, forgiveness. Especially in relationships, as you're like loving your partner, y'all are growing. Nobody comes to the table with their like past traumas, their difficult childhood or adolescence, or I'm this way because this happened to me back in the day.
Fighting family curses, fighting demons,
generational curses, soul ties, and you know, anything along those lines. Nobody just comes to the first date, you know, before they bring the check out. Hey, you know, I'm also struggling with this. Let me go ahead.
Silver platter.
Let me go ahead. Let's see this as well. But what happens is, as you all grow, you know, come along through your, thank you. Okay. As you grow and progress through your relationship, things will come about. You know, those certain things will come about. And a lot of times people fight battles they didn't even understand they struggle with something. You know, you see a pattern of behavior and it's like, okay, I'm picking up on this. Why is this, you know, psychology major.
Yeah, behavior modification.
You know, why is this like, why are you like this? Or why, you know, why do I respond this way in certain situations? Yeah. And forgiveness in a sense that as they're learning about those kind of things, forgiving them because you still love them and you're trying to help them become the best version of themselves.
Right.
Because at the same time, you know, they didn't always know they were struggling with this. They didn't always know this was a problem. They didn't know this was an issue. But, you know, now you're in a position where you can help. And you can help a lot by, you know, forgiving them for certain things that may come about as a result of anything trauma that they had in the past that they're struggling with. And that is truly loving unconditionally. That is loving somebody through their flaws, through their worst, through, you know, the skeletons in the closet, all of that, that, you know, nobody else would truly understand. But because you love them unconditionally, you know, you see it all, hear it all, know it all. And it's like, I still see the best of you. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. That's truly, it's just truly special and important.
All right, well, that wraps up our episode today. Again, I want to thank you all for subscribing and joining and tuning in with us today.
Thank you.
This was a more serious content, so I hope you all can take away something. We will list everything, all the links and everything that we mentioned in the comments. So please feel free to share your input. Give us advice that we didn't mention that works best for you. Like, we are in this together, so we are one family, okay? Like, we love one another. So, hey, just to let you know, I love you.
I love you too.
All right, yep. Mwah. But again, thank you so much. We look forward to next week's video, so be sure to subscribe to that channel. But until then, your girl, Kristen.
And Nigel.
We are
love yours.
out. Hey, hey.
No such
hey,
thing.
Hey, hey,
no such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
The language test can help you understand yourself and what your partner would need as well.
Yeah.
But what I do is I leave her a voicemail, and I'm just text her, you know, and you get up, just listen to my voicemail.
It meant the world to me.
And it meant so much that you wouldn't check them off.
I did check them all the time.
I would get up there in person.
Don't be trying to play me.
I get up there in person and she have like, no, because then I start calling your voicemail and be like, the mailbox is full.
Yeah, but I did, not because I didn't erase them. It wasn't because I didn't check them. It's because I didn't erase them.
Communication.
Yeah, exactly. See?
But, you know,
then we over here working.
And we working.
All the time.
You know.
Putting all these long hours in.
Busy, all this kind of stuff.
Not being able to talk to one another like that.
Yeah.
I need some cuddles. I I need some kisses. I need some hugs, and I can't get it. I gotta get these virtual hugs and stuff like that. But it's good now because we got that.
Where it's like, all right, you know, here I can send you like $850. Go see
virtual
this
date
movie.
nights too, so we could FaceTime.
We'll go FaceTime. Easy, everybody has that.
Yeah.
You know, dinner, like we're gonna go eat at the same place. We're gonna talk about the week or whatever.
Or go see the same movie.
Same
Yeah, like that weekend, and then we come back together and talk about it.
Talk about it. You know, just little things like that. Even if it's just like sending memes on IG and then laughing at them together.
I don't really like that because he be blowing my freaking social media up though, and he know I don't be checking them. Like they just be full.
Blasphemous. Anyway.